The man accused of a double stabbing in Sun Prairie last year has struck a deal. It means the two most serious charges against him have been dropped. Victor Discua Paredes pleaded guilty today to first-degree reckless injury in connection to the September 2022 incident. Both the first-degree attempted homicide and mayhem charges were dismissed. Officials say the two victims were married and that Discua Paredes planned to do something after he told one of the victims their spouse kissed someone at work.